we'll trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what you've seen. I can see from where I am you're on an adventure, in a place you can't describe. Some things can't be captured in words.
Hello, what's up mga kamat learner? Isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito pa rin ang inyong abot kamay na math teacher, si Sir Ash. And for today ay i-discuss natin ang huling part para sa ating grade 7 students sa quarter 2 live module discussions. And this is all about solving problems involving linear equations and inequality in one variable. So if you could remember, my dear math learners, ay natapos na tayong mag-discuss kung paano mag-solve ng mga linear equations and inequality in one variable. So ngayon ay i-apply na natin ang ating natutunan sa real life situation. Alright, so congratulations sa inyo mga ka-math learners, lalong-lalo na sa grade 7 dahil umabot tayo sa last part ng ating discussion. And for today, before tayo magsimula, kung bago ka pa sa ating channel, feel free to click that subscribe button at notification bell para mas laging updated ka sa ating mga discussions, lalong-lalo na papunta na tayo sa ating third quarter. Alright, so let us start our discussion for today. Okay, so ano nga ba itong grade 7 quarter 2 module 7? So in the first page, you will see the title page and the cover page, or basically the cover page. It is entitled The Solving Problems Involving Linear Equations and Linear Inequalities in One Variable. Okay, second page of that is the people behind this module. Disclaimer lamang po mga ka-math learners na hindi ko pinagmamay-arian ang mga modules na dinediscuss natin sa channel. Instead, this is being made by the people in the Department of Education. Okay, so sila ang mga may great minds. At nandito lamang po si Math Teacher Ash para kayo ay tulungan sa ating discussion or sa ating learning sa mathematics. Alright! Now, let us go to the third page, and that is the title page. On the fourth page is the introductory message para sa ating mga mahal na teachers at kayo mga math learners. Alright, and then on the fifth page is the objectives of the module. So ano ba ang mga objectives natin para sa discussion natin for today? Number 1, recall and translate verbal sentences into mathematical equations or inequality. Pangalawa is to apply the different properties of equality and inequality. And pangatlo is to solve problems involving equations and inequalities in one variable. So, sa madaling salita, kung ano yung natutunan natin sa Module 6 ay i-apply natin dito sa ating Module 7, which is the, anong tawag dyan? Real life situation. Okay, or applications. Now, after you know or you learn about the objectives of this module, bibigyan naman kayo ng pre-test, and that is the let us try activity, na kung saan ay tatanungin kayo ng series of questions both in the multiple choice type lang. So these are ABCD type questions, and these are 15 questions, my dear math learners. So no pressure at all. Kung ano yun lang yung kaya nyong sagutin, you can do so here. Alright. And after that is the introduction of our discussion. So ano nga ba itong Module 7 ng grade 7? So of course, in solving problems, we need to consider steps in solving. So ano nga ba yun? Number 1, kailangan basahin at intindihin mabuti ang problema. Of course, paano mo sasagutin ang isang problema kung hindi mo naman naiintindihan? Alright. Okay, so pangalawa is to represent the unknown quantity or unknown values using variables. Okay. And then, you formulate an equation or an inequality based on that variable. And then, pang-apat is to solve that equation. At pang-lima is to check whether your answer is correct. Okay, so napakadali lang gawin ang mga steps para sa pag-solve ng mga problems in terms of or involving linear equations and inequalities in one variable. Okay, so let us start. Now, let's talk first about linear equations. So we have here, all right, number relation problem. Okay, so I hope nababasa niyo yan, my dear math learners. So we have the first problem. The sum of two numbers is 36. If the second number is 4 more than thrice the first, find the numbers. Okay, so first statement, the sum. So ibig sabihin, mag-a-add tayo. May dalawang numbers, pag i-add daw sila, ang lalabas ay 36. Okay, so the sum of two numbers is 36. Sinabi dito na ang second part or ang second number ay mas malaki ng 4 multiplied by 3 of that first number. So meaning, if ever yung isang number is represented as x, okay, so that will be our first representation. The first number is x. Yung pangalawang number is 3x plus 4 because it says thrice the first more than 4. Okay, or 4 more than thrice the first. Okay, so 3x plus 4. At ito nga yun. Alright. So I hope that is clear, my dear math learners. After that, since we are talking about the sum of two numbers, so what we will do is we add x to the 3x plus 4. Ito na yun. Okay? And equal them to, or equate them to 36. Okay? Kasi yung first at yung second, pag i-add natin, 36 daw ang lalabas. So paano na to ngayon? So since this is now your equation, what you can do is to simplify and solve for the value of x para malaman kung ano yung mga numbers. Okay. So we combine like terms. So may x dito, may pangalawang 3x dito. So para sila may x, pwede mong pagsamahin yan. So isang x plus 3x, that is 4x. Alright. So you bring down plus 4. You bring down equals 36. Then you combine like terms. So si 4 ngayon, kailangang ilipat sa kabilang side. So paano yan? May dalawang paraan. Number 1, you can use the addition property of equality. You just add a number that is opposite to plus 4, okay, or positive 4, para ma-eliminate siya dito sa left side. Of course, kung anong gagawin sa left, yun ang gagawin sa right. Alright? So in this case, nag-add tayo ng negative 4 sa left at sa right. Ako naman, sa mga students ko, lagi kong tinuturo yung transposition method. This method is being introduced in the Gladys Nivera books. Okay? Sabi doon na any number or any term being transposed to the other side of the equation. So when we say transpose, nilipat sa kabilang side. Kung si from the left, lipat ka to the right, or from the right, lipat ka to the left. Ang gagawin lang is yung term na yun ay mag-change ng sign. So since this is plus 4, ito yun, plus 4, if I transpose this to the right side of the equation, magiging minus 4 ito. So 36 minus 4, and the answer is 32. And still they are just the same with the addition property of equality. Okay? So you just bring down 4x equals 32. So since meron pang 4 na katabi si x dito, we will eliminate it by dividing both sides by that number. So, since 4x means 4 times x, so para ma-eliminate yun siya, kailangan natin gumamit ng, anong tawag dito? Opposite ng multiplication, and that is division. So, what could we divide by 4? Alright? So, that is 4, of course. So, magde-divide tayo ng 4 sa left at sa right. So, 4 divided by 4, makakancel na yun, x na lang matira. 32 divided by 4, that is 8. Therefore, our first number is 8. Okay, so first number is 8. So, ano yung number na i-add kay 8 magiging 36? And that answer is technically 28. Okay, so therefore, yung first number is 8, yung pangalawang number is 28. And if you add them together, the answer is 36. Okay, so napakadali lang, my dear math learners. Alright, easy lang talaga. So now, you could also use this one as your second part para makuha. Okay, so since yung x mo is 8, so 3 times 8, 24, 24 plus 4, 28. Ganun pa rin yun. Okay, so basically, you could use this one or you could ask yourself, ano ba ang kailangan ni 8 para maging 36? Kasi if you add 8 to a certain number, the answer is 36. So that is 28. So 8 and 28 are your two answers for this number relation problem.
Easy, right?
Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. And now, let us go to the next kind of problem, and that is known as the number problem. So sabi dito, find 5 consecutive odd integers whose sum is 55. So when we say 5 consecutive, magkakasunod yun. Pero sabi dito, odd numbers. So ano ba yung odd numbers? These are numbers na hindi divisible by 2. Example, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and so on and so forth. So those are numbers na not divisible by 2, known as the odd numbers. So magkakasunod yun sila. Now, ang sabi dito is hanapin daw yung 5 magkakasunod na hindi divisible by 2 na numbers. Pero pag i-add mo yung 5 numbers na yun, ang sagot ay 55. Alright. So paano ba ito? So first is you start with your representation. So let's say yung first number mo is x. Okay. So kung i-compare mo si 1, 3, okay, or 3 and 5, 5 and 7, ang kanilang pagitan is always 2, right? So therefore, para sa second number, x plus 2 tayo. Okay? And for the next number, you add again 2, so x plus 4. And then you add again 2, x plus 6. And then you add again 2, x plus 8. And that is how the representation is being made here. Alright, so I hope klarong-klaro yon sa pag-represent natin ng numbers. Now, if we try to equate it to our given statement, 5 consecutive numbers whose sum is 55, so i-add natin itong x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6 plus x plus 8 equal to 55. At ito na ngayon. Alright. So now, ang gagawin mo na ngayon is to solve. So pagsasamahin mo lahat ng mga x. So 5x yun siya, so that is 5x. Pagsamahin mo din ang mga numbers na walang x. 2 plus 4, that is 6. 6 plus 6, that is 12. 12 plus 8, that is 20. Alright. So that is plus 20. Of course, combined like terms, si 20 ngayon ay ililipat sa kabila. So, 55 minus 20 na yan. So, 55 minus 20, that is 35. Ay, ito na yun. Alright. So, I hope that is clear to you. Since ang x natin ay may katabi na 5, magde-divide tayo ng 5 sa both sides of the equation. So, divide by 5 ka, makakancel ito, x na lang matira, 35 divided by 5, and that is 7. So, therefore, your first number is 7 plus 2, 9 plus 2, 11 plus 2, 13 plus 2, 15. Okay, so your 5 numbers are, or 5 consecutive odd numbers or integers are 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. Okay, so kapag i-check mo naman, you just try to add 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15, and the answer is 55. Okay, so ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Okay, now let's go to the age problem. Age problem says here, Margie is 3 times as old as or than Lilet. Okay, so yung age ni Lilet and then yung age ni Margie, 3 times lang mula kay Lilet. Okay, so therefore, kung si Lilet ay x, si Margie ay 3x kasi 3 times kay Lilet man. Alright, so I hope that's clear. That's the first representation. In 15 years, so plus 15 na tayo kasi in the future na yan. So that will become x plus 15 and 3x plus 15 in 15 years. Okay. In 15 years, the sum of their ages is 38 years old. So mula dito, i-equate mo ito. The sum. So, i-add mo silang dalawa at i-equal mo kay 38. Alright? So, para makuha mo ang mga ages nila. Okay, so find their present age. Okay, so what we will do now is x plus 15 plus 3x plus 15 equals 38. So, pagsamahin na naman ang mga x and 3x, that is 4x. 15 and 15, that is 30. So, you combine like terms, ililipat si 30 sa kabila, minus 30 na tayo dyan. So 38 minus 30, that is 8. You bring down 4x. Dahil si x may katabi na 4, you divide both sides by 4. So cancel na ang 4 dito. X is equal to 2. So sino ba si x natin? Si x natin ay si Lilet. Meaning si Lilet ay 2 years old. And si Margie is 3 times kay Lilet. So 3 times 2, that is 6. So 6 years old naman si Margie. Okay. So try natin i-check. So si Lilet, dahil 2 siya, in 15 years, magiging 17 na siya. Si Marge naman, or Margie, 6 siya ngayon. So in 15 years, magiging 21. So 21 plus 17, the answer is 38. Alright, so napakadali lamang po, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to how to solve problems involving linear inequalities. So, of course, if you can still remember, linear inequalities are those mathematical sentences that use other symbols aside from equal sign. Okay, so ano yon? The greater than, the less than, the greater than or equal to, or the less than or equal to. Alright, so we have here the number relation problem. The sum of two non-negative integers is 15. Hindi negative. Okay, two non-negative. So, ibig sabihin positive ang sagot. Twice the larger number is greater than thrice the other integer. Find the least value of the larger integer. So, since we are talking about one variable here, kung yung isa is x, okay? Let's say that will be our bigger integer. Para makuha natin ang pangalawang integer, of course, mula kay x, ima-minus natin si 15. Okay? So that is 15 minus x. Because x plus that number is equal to 15. So of course, kung i-derive natin ang representation, kung si x yung isa is 15 minus x lang. Alright? So that is the two representation. Now sabi dito, twice the larger, so larger natin is x, right? So twice the larger, so that is 2x. Is greater than, so is greater than tayo. Yan, yung greater than symbol. Thrice the other integer. So tatlong beses ng 15 minus x. So ito na yung magiging representation mo. Alright? So what you can do now is to solve. So by solving, you bring down 2x greater than, then you apply the distributive property. So 3 times 15, that is 45. 3 times negative x, that is negative 3x. Then what you can do is combine like terms. So may x ka na dito, ilipat mo sa kabila si minus 3x at magiging plus 3x na yon. Alright. So 2x plus 3x magiging 5x. So you just bring down the symbol, you bring down the 45. Okay. So 5x is greater than 45. You divide both sides by 5 para x na lang matira. So x is greater than 9. Ibig sabihin, ang sagot dito is mas malaki kay 9. So ano yung least? Ito yung tinatanong dito. What is the least value of the larger integer? So ano bang non-negative integer ang sunod kay 9 or yung mas malaki kay 9? So that is basically 10. Alright, so if you try to check it, so by just using 9, okay, by just using 9 in our inequality, ito yun, you substitute x by 9, ang lalabas is 18. 18 is greater than 18 and that is not true. Right? So, mali kung ang sagot mo is 9. Of course, ang sinabi naman dito is x is greater than 9. So, that means mas malaki pa daw kay 9. So, ano ba mas malaki kay 9? 10. Alright, so 10. So, if you try 10, and if you try to substitute it to your 2x is greater than 3 times the quantity 15 minus x, ang lalabas ay 20 is greater than 15. Question, is 20 greater than 15? Alright, that is correct. So, therefore, you just answered your problem. Easy, right? Easy lang talaga, my dear math learners. Okay, now let us go to the money problem. We have here, Kit has 5,000 pesos in savings. in a savings account at the beginning of summer. He wants to have at least 2,000 pesos in the account by the end of summer. So, from the beginning, 5,000. At the end, at least 2,000 pesos. He withdraws 250 pesos each week for food and transportation. So, sa madaling salita, every week ay nagmaminus siya ng 250 pesos para sa kanyang pagkain at transportation. Ang tanong ngayon, ilang weeks ang pwedeng magamit ni Kit mag-withdraw ng pera doon sa kanyang account? Okay, so, of course, ang tinatanong dito is number of weeks. Alright? So, of course, the starting is 5,000, which is the starting. Minus 250 pesos times W. Bakit times W? Because 250 times the number of weeks. Tinatanong dito kung ilang weeks siya pwedeng mag-withdraw ng 250. Basta, hindi siya bababa ng 2,000 pesos because at the end of the summer, gusto niyang matira ang 2,000 pesos. So that is equal or greater than 2,000 pesos. Okay? So that is what the greater than or equal to means. So of course, kung ito na yung magiging representation mo, 5,000 minus 250W is greater than or equal to 2,000, what you can do is, of course, solve it by the transposition method or by the addition property method, depende kung saan mas sa'yo. Lipat mo si 500 sa kabila, so that will become 2,000 minus 5,000, lipat mo si 5,000 sa kabila, that will become 2,000 minus 5,000, that is negative 3,000. Ito yon. Alright, negative. Of course, ibababa mo lang si minus 250W. Dahil negative 250 ito, we divide both sides of the equation by negative 250. So, divide tayo ng negative 250, makakancel na ito. And the negative 3,000 divided by negative 250, the answer is 12. However, my dear math learners, dahil nag-divide tayo ng isang negative number, remember the rule in inequalities na kapag ikaw ay nag-multiply or nag-divide ng isang negative number, yung inequality symbol mo ay magiging opposite. So, from greater than or equal to, magiging less than or equal to na yan. Okay, so therefore, W is less than or equal to 12. Meaning, ang number of weeks na pwedeng gawin ni Kit para sa pag-withdraw ng money niya is hanggang 12 weeks lang. Pwedeng from 1 up to 12 lang. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng sumobra ng 12 kasi kung magiging 13 na yun, wala. Makukunan na yung 2,000 pesos niya na gustong mangyari at the end of the summer. Alright, so ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. So now, ito na ang time na kayo naman ang sumagot sa inyong end. So let us practice. So I hope, my dear math learners, kayang ito. So one number is 5 less than 4 times another. If the sum of two numbers is 11, find the numbers. Okay, so one number is 5 less than 4 times another. So 4x minus 5 ka dyan. Okay, 4x minus 5. So let's try to show it in our whiteboard. Alright, ayan. So your first number is x. Yung pangalawang number naman is 4x minus 5. Okay. So, that means 5 less than 4 times another. Tapos, yung sum of the numbers daw ay 11. Okay. So, sum of the numbers is 11. So, pag i-add mo ito, x plus 4x minus 5 is equal to 11. Okay. So, you add this one. This is 5x minus 5 is equal to 11. Of course, you transpose combine like terms. So, si minus 5 magiging plus 5 na. So, 11 plus 5 magiging 16 na yan. Alright. So, 5x. Divide both sides by 5 para makancel. X ngayon is 16 divided by 5. So, ilan ba ang 5 sa 16? That is 3.2. Okay. So, 3.2. Bakit? Because may decimal siya. Meron siyang remainder na 1. Tapos kung mag-a-add ka ng index na 0, that will become 10 divided by 5. That is 2. Okay, so 3.2. So that will be your first x. So 3.2 times 4 minus 5. Or simply, you can just subtract 11 by 3.2. So 11 by 3.2. Paano ba i-minus si 11 kay 3.2? So that is 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4, okay? So that is 7. 7. And then, since that is, may 0.8 pa. So that is 7.8. Ayan. So, 2 plus 8, that is 0. Carry 1, and the answer is 11. Okay, so therefore, your answers are 3.2 and 7.8. Now, my dear math learners, I'm sure magtatanong kayo, Sir Ash, pwede bang magkaroon ng sagot na decimal? Yes, pwede, my dear math learners, because in mathematics, decimal numbers is also one of the real numbers. Okay, so ganon lang kadali, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to number 2. Find 5 consecutive even integers whose sum is 130. So, since even integers ito, that is, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So, ang pagitan nila is basically 2 pa rin. So, your x will be the first value. The second value will be x plus 2. Plus 2 ka na naman, x plus 4. Plus 2 ka na naman, x plus 6. Plus 2 ka na naman, x plus 8. Katulad lang ng example kanina. Pero, ang equals ay 130 kasi yun ang binigay dito sa ating problem. So, what you can do is you just simplify that one, you solve for the value of x, and then plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 kada lang. Alright, so napakadali lamang ng question na ito. Next, we have an age problem. Jim is 4 years less than twice David's age. So, si Jim ay 4 years less than twice. So, kung si David ang x, si Jim naman is twice. So, 2x minus 4. Okay, 2x minus 4. So, the sum of their ages is 23. Okay, so napakadali lang nito, my dear math learners. Diretso ka lang. X, which is si David, plus 2x minus 4, which is si Jim, equals 23. Ayan. Then, solved it. Alright, so, ganun lang kadali, my dear math learners. Number 4, Maria has scores 93, 86, and 89 on 3 tests. What must her average score on the next 2 sets be in order for her to have an average of 90? So, kapag mayroon kang average na 90, it means na yung total number of quizzes mo, i-divide mo by 5 kasi 5 test itong pinag-uusapan, ang lalabas 90. So, of course, so kung divide by 5 yun siya, 90 ang sagot. Kung i-reverse mo ang technique, that will become 90 times 5. That is 450. So, what you can do is you just add this one, 93 plus 86 plus 89. And then, ang sagot nito, i-minus mo mula kay 450. Okay? Pero, ang sagot doon, i-divide mo by 2. Bakit by 2? It's because we are talking about 2 tests. Okay, 2 test pa ang wala niya. So, divide by 2. So, malalaman mo na ngayon kung ano yung score na dapat niyang makuha. Okay? So, in representation, you can have 93 plus 86 plus 89 plus x is equal to 450. Okay? Pwedeng ganon. Or pwede ding is 93 plus 86 plus 89 plus x all over 5 is equal to 90. Okay, so either way, the answer is still the same. Alright, so now let us go to the 5th. Alex is paid 2,800 a week plus a commission of 500 on each television set he sells. So 2,800 plus 500 x. Okay, bakit may x? Because si 500 ay magdedepende kung ilang television ang kanyang mabibenta. So, how many sets must he sell to make 5,300? So, equal mo lang sa 5,300. So, in solving, this will become 5,300 minus 2,800. The answer of that one will be divided by 500 and that is your final answer. Alright! So, napakadali lang. Now, let us practice more. So, ito naman ay part na kung saan linear inequalities naman ang isosolve mo. Okay? So, of course, i-apply mo lang kung ano yung mga natutunan mo sa linear inequalities. Okay? So, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Okay, so these are still 5 questions, my dear math learners. And I'm sure kayang-kaya nyo nang masagot to. But if not, you just put it in our comment section below para pagtulungan nating sagutin ang inyong mga problema. Alright, so hindi ako nagbibigay ng sagot, pero sometimes. Okay, basta at least makatulong sa inyo. Okay, so as long as you learn, that is good for me. Okay, and then after that, we have the let us remember. So this, remember the steps in solving problems, understand, then represent, then formulate, then solve, and then after that, check whether your answers are correct. After the generalization, you have now your post-test, the let us assess. These are the multiple choice type questions. 15 questions ito, but you need to do what you can here. Do your best in solving or answering these questions because the module here is thinking na natutunan mo na ang lesson tungkol sa problem solving. All right, and then after that, you have your anong tawag nito? You have now your performance task. Okay, so sa performance task naman na ito, you have this one, okay? So you have the rubrics and you just follow the instruction. And after that, you have the reflection. So give a short reflection about the topic discussed in the module. So, mahal kong mga kamath learners, I'm sure na marami kayong natutunan for today. So I hope if you could share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates, do so and click that like button as well din para at least mas lumaki ang engagement natin for today. So, this is still your free access YouTube educator, Math Teacher Ash. And always remember, my dear math learners, na masarap matuto ng mathematics kapag marami tayong nagsasama-sama. God bless, keep safe, and always take care.
I will take a little trip over yonder, so I can take a look around at what